Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Las Chikirukas. Today is Saturday, October the 25th. I am joined again by this one co-pilot, Tamara. Thank you for joining us. We are discussing nothing but Am I the Asshole business, both personal and we're going to read some shit that we're going to discuss and maybe apply to our own lives because, you know, we are all assholes.
Yes.
We decided
some of us more than others.
Keep it light today. Thank you again for joining. Please like and share all this nonsense because, you know, we don't just do it for us, but we do it for other people. And today's topic is, am I the asshole again? Why am I repeating? I don't know.
Because you're the asshole.
Because I am the asshole. Let's all have opinions about how big of an asshole I am. Today, my oldest, my firstborn baby, is moving out into his own space. And I feel sad. I'm not going to lie. I'm just like a little, but at the same time, I'm a little bit relieved that there'll be one less man in this house. There's just too many fucking men, too much
testosterone in that house. Jesus.
We don't live in a big place and so I think when you become an adult and you are still living with your parents in a confined space, you're not going to have the freedom, the privacy, the flexibility to do what you want because it's not your space. It's the space that your parents have for you. And we don't charge rent to our children. We're trying to
That's awesome.
Help them. You don't either, but because they're in school.
Well, I was going to say, if they worked, I might change that. I was charged. Finish your child's story so that I can kind of bring up, I guess, my story before we read Am I the Asshole?
Okay. So my question is, am I the asshole for feeling a little bit relieved that he's moving out and giving us a little more space in this place?
Yes and no. And I'm going to tell you why. The only yes is because we are very Mexican. In our Mexican households, you keep the kids the longest you can. And I know they're not kids. But, you know, we are taught that they don't leave the home until they get married, right? And honestly, I'm saying that, yeah, that's the only part of you that's being an asshole. But it really isn't. Because we are Mexican Americans. So we're kind of, we straddle that line, you know. We were raised with, you know, Mexican beliefs
but we're
and ethics. But we're progressive. We were raised in America. We are American citizens. We were born here. So that's awesome that he's finally going out and I mean, it's not the first time. He went away for college. Like
he was away 4 years at Santa Cruz.
So he's been away before.
He's done it on his own before. It's just that we were more supportive at the time because he was in school. So whenever he needed money for, he was short on bills or short on like for groceries, needed medicine and he didn't have money or whatever, I would just send it to him. But this time it's going to be like full on, you know,
adulthood.
When he first came back from college, he thought he was going to move out and get something closer to work because he works
West LA.
Yeah, he works across the 10, which is like a nightmare freeway. If you know, the 10 is a parking lot all the time.
The 10.
Yeah, the only time I saw it clear was during COVID. Yeah, and then he realized like rent and the bills he would have to pay and the fact that he would have to get his own groceries. And basically he not only had to figure out how much it was going to cost to pay for rent, he had to figure out how much money for groceries, for cleaning supplies, for shampoo, and like all of your personal products and all that.
Adulthood.
Yeah, that he doesn't pay for now because, you know, I replenish, you know, and he uses what's there because, you know, why is he going to spend money on something that's already there? And to be honest, when I was living at home as an adult with my mom, I used her shit without even like considering how much money, you know, was coming out of her pocket to supply these things.
Aren't you a blessed little child? Because that was not the case for me.
No.
My case was as soon as I graduated.
My mom tried to make me pay. She'd be like,
you just said no.
Para eso. But I would be like, yeah, sure. But then I just never did it.
Yeah, I didn't have
like
a mom
a
who
little asshole.
Yeah, and that's cool that you were able to be a little asshole because I didn't have a mom who forgot. No. As soon as I graduated high school, she bought me a car
Yeah.
to
I
help
remember.
transport her help transport her children to school for her. But had a car. I went to
Yeah.
college and I worked. So in her mind, I was old enough then to help. So I, back in the late 90s, when I graduated high school, went to college, whatever, and she made me
Late
work. I had to
90s.
work. Late night. Well, yeah, kind of late 90s, right? 96, 97.
No, I'm just saying that, like, as far as like perception, because it's
Decades
like,
go.
damn, that was a long fucking time ago.
Right. Anyway, stop. She made me get it. She believed in, you want to go full time to school? Sure, fine. That's great. But you're also going to go to work and you're going to pay me rent. And back then, I think she charged me $100. And back then, $100. And I think I was making like what, $4 or $5 an hour? Like, what was minimum wage back in the,
Yeah.
that was a lot
like,
of money.
Like $6, $7, I think, when we were
A teenager slash,
late teens, early.
I also,
adulthood.
during high school, I also worked at McDonald's. When I was in high school, she did not charge me rent, but I did have to start buying my own stuff. Like if I wanted clothes or whatever, like she'd be like, oh, well, you have money. But she did put down her foot when it came to like, once I graduated, I had to pay her rent and I had to buy my own stuff. And that's why I don't make my kids work. They're both full-time college students. Because I felt, and I could be wrong, and I probably am wrong.
So is Tamara the asshole?
No, Tamara's not the asshole. Tamara's an awesome mom. Shoot. Shoot. No, it's not. See, I'm trying to not curse. No, Tamara's not the asshole because the reason why I don't make my children work is because I believe that once your teenage, young adults start getting money, start getting promotions, school goes by the wayside. That's what happened to me. I started getting promotions. I started getting raises, $6, $7, $8, $9 an hour. I was richness. So I was full-time student. Then I went to part-time and then even less than part-time. And then that was it. I was done. And then I went back to, school to become a medical assistant because that was at nighttime. So I could still work full-time and still make money. It was just, to me, it was just like, I should have just had a parent who was willing to just support me full time, maybe get a little part-time job here or there. But in my brain, had I just gone to college like I wanted to full time and not worried, if I could just concentrate on school, I would have been a doctor, instead of, what I am. Which is not bad, but
what I am.
It's just, so in my brain and the way I think is I'm not going to give my children added pressures that they don't need. I need them to focus solely on school. And look at what happened. It worked out. I've got my ADHDer who I didn't even think was going to graduate high school because she was just so not interested in school, who just completed her associates and is a year and a half away from getting her bachelor's in special education. In the same time, she's doing her general education classes for her bachelor's, but she's also doing what do you call it for with teachers in California? I forgot. They have to do some other stuff that they usually do after the bachelor's, but they're helping her integrate it into her current schedule. And she's in a sorority too. And she has a little part-time job at the daycare center at the university, which helps her.
So she did get the job. Yay.
I didn't tell you. She did get the job. Yeah, she works like 4 hours, like 2 or 3 days a week. So it's like, I think, I don't know, that's less than 20 hours a week she works. She loves it. And it's just getting her ready to be a teacher. She wants to be a special ed teacher. Then I've got my other one who is in her doctorate program to become a DPT, doctor of physical therapy. She should be done in, I think, in about 2 years. Had I allowed them to like have more responsibilities than they needed to. Now I understand though, there are families who financially can't do it. I financially necessarily can't do it, but they also don't have like extravagant stuff. They get the minimum. They get clothing if they need it, personal care products. They get a full belly. And my brother and my sister-in-law gave my oldest their old car. Grandma pays for her insurance because grandma's so proud of her future doctor. And I basically fill her tank up. So we go with what we have. They have a future stepdad
You have
who
a
if I
village
need,
that's
I
helping
have a
you.
village that is helping me. I have a stepdad who, if I need anything, there's a joint account now that I can just, I will never do that. My pride, hell no. But if ever push comes to shove, I'm part of that account and I could just take
Hmm.
money out. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like I'm blessed to have had all of these resources that perhaps my mom didn't have.
Hmm.
But that's why I think if you can afford them not to work, let them focus on school. But see, your situation is different. Your kiddo is already done.
Yeah,
He's already
well,
in his career. Well, kind of.
he was supposed to do something that involved going back to school, and that kind of like left him because he's like, I don't really want to pursue. It's not going to make me happy. And I'm just like, fine, just
Yeah.
find something. Anyway, I don't know if he's done learning. I don't know if he's done with education. Maybe he'll
He's
like
not.
eventually find another thing. But for the most part, he's just going to stay where he's at and then maybe find something new to do with himself.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always changing into new things, and whatever he does really good at. So I'm not worried for him at all.
Yeah. So no, you're not
So
the asshole. It's time. It's time. It's his time, and he knows it. He feels it. He's ready to go,
yeah,
and that's fine. So no, you're not
yeah.
the asshole.
I think I think it's just a lot more to do with the whole too much testosterone business in this house. I'm the only
It's a
girl
lot.
here, unfortunately, and I'm the only one that never gets the man flu. I'm the only one that has had to go through like migraines and still like
Function.
do the daily shit, like make sure that something is done, because if not, we don't get to eat, or the husband has to go out and find something to eat in the wild and buy
I was
tacos
gonna
on the
say
street.
he has to go in the wild and kill something and bring it home.
Yeah, no, that's me. I go out and kill things because that's what cave women used to do, apparently, now that we know how it was done. But
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
I'm excited for him too. I was like looking at her. I went to try. I guess I have to find a better place
I
to, because
You gotta boycott everything.
yeah, I know.
I boycotted Starbucks for what, 2 years? And
I
then
haven't been at a Starbucks in like 5 years.
was it
Like
due to
if a friend of mine goes, I'm like, get me ice water. I don't want their fucking coffee. That's shit to me now. I go
I
to
don't
the
drink
small
coffee.
coffee shops. I do. I
Yeah,
still do. I go to the small, mom and pop or women owned coffee
which is
shops that
good.
are
It's
like in East
better.
LA and Boyle Heights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, so do you have a Am I the Asshole story that you want to read from Reddit?
I'm just gonna say I'm never the asshole. What are you talking about?
You're always the asshole.
I'm always
Okay,
the asshole
let's
to my hubby. I mean, he's not my hubby yet, but he
the
will be
soon to
soon.
be.
Um, I'm a big asshole to him. Like damn, I'm surprised he hasn't not.
It's so
He's
easy to be the asshole to men, though.
he's a good man, Savannah. He's a
He's a
good
good
man,
man.
Savannah. He's a very good man, Savannah.
Oh,
He is. Let's see. Oh, okay, maybe. Am I the asshole for not telling my girlfriend that my parents are gay? Kind of. I'll refrain. I'm 25, male. I have two parents. My birth dad, John, who's 48, male, and my other dad, Dwayne, who's 45, male. I call my birth dad John, dad, and I call my other dad, Dwayne, pops. My birth dad, John, was married to my mom for a few years. Then she left my dad, and yeah, they ended up divorcing, and now she's somewhere in California. I don't know where or what she's doing. Haven't talked to her in ages. So dad and pops, I'm super close with. They are the best parents any child could ask for. I love both of them, and they've always been with me. My dad introduced me to pops when I was a little boy, and they had told me, okay, this person isn't writing this properly. I'm sorry. So I have to decipher what they're trying to say. They had told me they were in a relationship, and I was all for it because I had seen my dad become lonely / sad when he was single. So seeing the fact that my dad loves someone and has a life partner made me super happy. Pops and Dad got married, and we've been living an amazing life. I'm probably more close to Pops than my own dad. Ha ha ha. Due to the fact that Pops is really cool and he's laid back. I love both of them equally, and they loved me as well. And I'm blessed to have them as parents. For a few months, I've been dating this girl, Bella, who's my age. I thought she's pretty, and I liked her. So we kicked.
How old
so
are
we,
these
so
people?
I don't know. He doesn't say. So we kicked it. This is a 20-something-year-old. Just the writing, I'm kind of like. So we kicked it, and recently she told me, my parents want to meet your parents and want to come over for dinner. I said, sure, I'll tell my family. So yesterday, Friday night, Bella comes in. Pops greets her and says, come on in, sweetheart. Dinner is ready. She says, you must be blank black dad. So good to meet you. And she shakes his hand, and she sees Dad come out of the kitchen. He's holding the mac and cheese tray with the mittens and is putting it on the table. Then Bella says, who's he? I said, oh, that's Dad. She said, I thought he was your dad, referring to Pops. I said, yeah, that's my Pops, and that's my dad. She pulls me to the side and says, I didn't know your parents were gay. Oh my God, why didn't you tell me? I genuinely didn't know why that be an issue or so, because you're dating me, not my parents and all. So it shouldn't matter. But I guess it's a concern for her. Her parents come at the door after they park the car, and Bella tells the parents, let's leave. Oh, I'm flabbergasted.
What?
Okay, yeah, let's leave. And they left. I told my parents I'm sorry, and they said, son, don't worry. This is nothing new. And then we all sat down and enjoyed dinner and went to sleep. So am I the asshole for not telling her? This one's a tough one. It's you don't think he's an asshole for not telling her? It's hard. It's right.
Why?
It's kind
Why
of
do
hard.
you think he's kind of an asshole for not telling?
I think because in this day and age, because in this day and age, having a different family structure is kind of norm now.
So you think he was being an asshole because he?
I think he was an asshole for not
he had certain shame.
Either that, or he already knew that they were some sort of like conservative, old-fashioned kind of family. And if that's the case, why get to the point of
I wouldn't call that an asshole. I would call that an idiot.
It's an asshole. Because you preferred your dingling having fun than what the future held. So obviously,
okay.
So either you're an a-hole because you just wanted your dingling to have fun. 2, you're the a-hole because you were raised this way. You had 2 dads. If I had 2 dads or 2 moms, I'd be extremely proud of them for, raising me in this kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, I have.
Right. Like and it's not easy.
Yeah.
He's blessed to have parents at all. Obviously his mom left.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, you're the asshole because the thing is that you went as far as to bring this girl and her parents over
without explaining to her what.
But the thing is,
would be like.
Did he already not know that she was maybe more conservative and old-fashioned? Had they not spoken about these things? I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many factors that I just think you're the asshole. Yes, you didn't. You put your family. Forget the girl.
Yeah,
the girl right there for me. If I was a dude, I'm done with you. But I wouldn't. I would have never gotten this far. The thing is with me, I wouldn't. If I just wanted to have fun with this chick, and I know I sound sexist at AF. But if I just wanted to have fun, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Let's think like a guy.
Yeah.
If I
you
wanted
never
to,
brought her home.
Why am I bringing this girl home? 1,
be like, you don't need to meet them.
You don't need to meet them. So that's the only reason why I wouldn't say anything. But if I like this girl enough where I'm going to bring her home, I'm going to be like, look, this is my family structure. What's going on with yours? As kids, we know what our family is like. We know if they're going to accept something that's different, either gay, different race, different religion.
Okay, so
different.
when you brought your white devil home, did you tell him what your family was like?
My mom, actually, my whole family has always been very much like, as long as they make you happy, we don't care what you bring.
They're
home.
open to the relationship.
They're open to, I don't know about sexuality, but in regards to race, my mom. And I say my mom because I was raised with her. in my teenage years, whereas I was raised by both my parents when I was younger. My my mom's very, very Mexican, so I don't know how she would have felt if I had been a same sex attracted. I don't know. I think my mom loves me enough where she would have accepted it, but she would
She
be
would
like
have
very
freaked out for a while, but then
yes,
she would have been like, fine, whatever.
whatever it is, what it is, whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
Would she be as open as me or you if one of our children? No, it would take a while.
Yeah.
Race
Yeah,
wise,
I was
though,
hoping I'd have a trans or a gay kid out of one of these guys because that's how I'd get my daughter. But fuck, no.
no, they're
They both
very
like
straight.
women.
They're very
They
straight.
love. Even the oldest one was like, Mom, when he was like 16 or 17, I'm like, Mom, I always liked preferred women. Like I find them beautiful. They're attractive to me. Like that's just. He's like, but lately I've been like wondering, like, can I be gay? Like, can I be bi? Would I like get with a dude? And he's like, because I know that you and Dad wouldn't like discard me if I came out as like bi or just gay or realized whatever, And I said, so what do you think? Do you think you can get with a dude? And he's like, oh hell no. He goes, I like women way too much.
Yeah.
And Liam used to get asked the question because he hangs out with a lot of girls when he was in high school. He always was surrounded by girls, and other gay kids would ask, hey, is your friend gay? No. Well, because he's always with girls. He's like, yeah, but he's not gay. He's definitely not gay.
Yeah, he wants to get with one or all of them. That's why he's around. He's the smart guy.
He's the one that brings the girls to the sausage parties. Let's just say that.
Yeah, he's a smart kid.
So
yeah, the white devil. I love that you renamed him that. No, my mom didn't care.
No.
And then if anything, I think a little of the cultural or the skin racism. What is it called within the Mexican community where like white is right? Like the fairer, the more cuter your kids are gonna be. Like let's que what is it? Not progresar. Que progresar la familia. No. Oh my God, that's there's a saying. And it's horrible. Like
yes,
horrible.
It's very racist. My mom heard it too when I was born. They were like, ya están empleando la raza.
She's so pretty. Yeah, and
because
she's such
my
a beautiful
niece
little
is
girl.
Black.
Half black. Yeah, she's half
Or
black.
she's Blaxican. But
there you go. She's a Blaxican, which I think those kids, I just think that kids that are mixed, I just think they're a lot more prettier. Like, I don't know why.
She's
like
gorgeous. She's
a beautiful girl. I just saw.
She's got a pretty little nose, and she's got her big old like guille lips with like that black little,
She's a very pretty little. Well, and she's not
her high
she's
cheekbones.
A young lady. She's a very pretty girl. She got the best of both sides.
Yeah, she really did because her dad is not a beautiful thing to look at. That's for sure.
I don't remember. I don't think. No, I did meet him. I don't remember him though.
I've probably have seen him like once or twice, but no, like
I don't remember him. Natalie's just pretty too, so
he's
Natalie's
not attractive.
Very pretty.
And when my sister brought him home, I was like, this bitch is like downgrading.
Hay que progresar la familia. Hay que
not because he's black. No, I wasn't saying that because he's black. I was saying that because he was not pretty at all. I'd be like, oh my God, my sister's way too pretty for this dude.
Yeah, she is una morenaza. Like her sister is una morenaza. And I mean that in every respectful way. She's a very beautiful, dark-skinned Mexican. And that whole family is just very pretty.
Thanks.
Especially when they put makeup on.
Shut up.
They just have these nice features. Like your whole family does. Like even like such a pretty girl.
You think Mom was relieved when you brought the white devil home because my mom is
very light. All of her side of the family, they're all from Sinaloa. They're all very like all of my cousins and everybody on that side is like blonde. If you don't have colored eyes, they're like very light, super tall. I'm a little person.
So they're colonizers.
Oh, they're so colonized on my mom's side. It's ridiculous. They're all güero.
Yeah,
you remember my cousin Sergio?
Mom is white. Sergio, yeah, with like light brown hair. And he married a white person too. So they're like colonizing even further.
Well, because he wasn't, my cousin did marry and had children with another, Caucasian woman.
Caucasian person.
But in all honesty, I never met her, but she was a woman who, from what I recall, spoke Spanish fluently.
Oh, did
Like,
she?
so I think that she just liked the spice of us, because I think her other relationships were with Hispanic men. Like, she always liked that.
Okay,
But
are you saying that because they're not together anymore?
what do you mean?
Are they still together? Your cousin? And...
No, they got a divorce a long time ago. I mean, my nephew and niece are like, I think they're kids, or I think there might be, I don't remember if I'm older or not. I don't remember, but they're up there with my kids, like, or maybe might be like a year or two, and then I think oldest. I don't think I got to meet though. But anyway, but I didn't feel like I needed to warn him
about anything.
No, because I've always known race was not an issue. Religion would not have been an issue as long as I didn't switch, because my mom is Catholic and my grandma was very Catholic. No, I didn't. But I think when it came to, if it would have come to sexual orientation, I think that's a big issue, because not a lot of people
opened up and said, my two parents are the same.
My parents are, yeah, I would have to. And only because I don't think we're civilized enough to realize that who cares? And it sucks that in 2025, there are still closed-minded people. Like, I don't care who an adult chooses to lay with.
Dating somebody and not start talking about your family, because that's like the thing.
So is he the asshole?
Yeah, I agree.
It falls on him. It's not her fault. She was bamboozled.
Yeah.
She didn't know she was walking.
Wasn't not any less of an asshole, though. I mean, her reaction was
pretty asshole. You know what?
But if you're gonna
be,
you're right.
If you're gonna be a racist, sexist, whatever-ist, that's you.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna bring a racist, any kind of ist person into your atmosphere, and there's something that is maybe not conventional, or what?
If you didn't feel comfortable like expressing this in the beginning, then it should have never happened. Ever.
So I'm sorry, it all falls on him, because he knew.
The asshole. Okay, I've come to the conclusion. I agree with you 100%.
He is, and you're bringing these people into your atmosphere, and you know what you have, and you know what kind of civilization we live in, and how not a lot of people tolerate what they would consider differences. Like the
demographic of your family. Yeah, I don't think so either. Like,
you know what your family's like, so you know what you can and can't bring. We're not all perfect.
And it's funny how it's different with friends. With friends, you just bring them over, and if they don't ever like your family, they don't show up again, and you keep them separate. But when you
because you can.
Yeah, but when you have a relationship with somebody and you bring them in, they gotta know what you're gonna come into. Let me see. This one was posted 4 years ago.
Who cares? It's still relevant.
My best friend recently got with a girl that he likes, and it's because of me and another person in our friend group. I wanted to help myself with getting together with a girl that I liked, and Logan, the best friend I helped, knows her pretty well. I asked him to help me with it by asking questions like, would you ever date Zane, or stuff like that? Or tried to get us together like I got him and his girlfriend together. When I texted, I asked him to help me. He said, nah, I'm good. And then I proceed to ask him why we wouldn't, or why he wouldn't. He just said, because I don't think you and Sydney should date. I just replied saying that he should return the favor by helping me. And he said no again. And then that was part where I got really pissed, or that was the part where I got really pissed. I called him selfish since I helped him get with the girl that he likes, and now he won't help me in the same way. I got pretty toxic and called him a bunch of bad stuff. But I just feel like he should be willing to help me, whether he thinks I should date her or not, since I helped him.
Can I just say that this generation can't write for shit. Either that or you can't read for shit. And the fact that I've read the way you read my previous one, these are young 20-something-year-olds.
It is reading like a 20-something person who did not
master the English language.
And these are probably American-born people. Like my people that learn English probably write better than somebody born here.
Okay, so I tried to understand, but my OCD is just, I'm ticking. Can you give me a rundown on what you just read?
So basically, this kid or this person, I don't know if it's a kid, I shouldn't call him a kid. This person helped his best friend get with his current girlfriend.
Okay.
He likes a girl that knows his best friend.
Okay.
And he's asking his best
Hook
friend
it
to
up.
help him hook it up with the girl that he likes.
And homeboy's like, nah, I'm cool,
And
Gucci.
he's like, nah, you shouldn't be with her. Like he's not gonna help him, regardless of the fact that he was helped, that this dude helped him get with the girl that he's with now.
No, he's not the asshole.
No, he's
Why?
not the asshole for
Not helping
calling
him.
his friend out, or who's not the asshole?
The
Because
dude.
there's two assholes here.
Okay, so the kid that wrote the story helped his friend hook up with who he's with now.
Yeah.
They have a friend who this kid who wrote the story likes and would like the favor returned so that the friend helps him get this girl. That's what I'm getting, right? No. And the reason why I don't think he's the asshole is because there has to be a reason why the friend isn't willing to help him. Either the friend knows the girl is like cool people and his friend, the one writing this story, is a jerk and is probably going to screw the girl over. Or he knows the chick is a player.
She's
and
psychotic.
Or she's psychotic. Right. No, he's not the asshole. I think that when a friend doesn't assist in anything like this, it's usually for a reason. Now,
So you think they left that out?
yes. I think that homeboy over here that has the girlfriend already
Know something about
knows something.
either
but-
one of them? Doesn't want.
Right. Because remember, as guys, the whole guy code thing, he's not going to be a little bitch. And this is, quote, I'm not saying he's a bitch, but I'm putting myself in a guy mode. The guy that has the girlfriend already is not going to be a little bitch and narc on his friend to her, but is also probably not going to narc on this chick, because what if the chick is his chick's best friend? Like, that's going to cause an issue right there.
Yeah. Do
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no, I think that, again,
So
these
it's
are
just
not
more complicated.
it's complicated, and I think that if a friend does not want to help you hook up with somebody, it's fine. Hook yourself up and then deal with your own shit later.
Yeah.
But we also want to know, like, is this friend related to one of these two on this side? Because that's a whole other issue. And I'm going to give you a story on that I know of. Okay. It involves, how can I say this? Okay, it involves people that you know.
Okay, but nobody else on here is gonna know. So don't say their names. Just
Right. So I don't know how to say, I don't know how to word it though. Okay, so it's a similar situation where everyone is an adult. Everyone is an adult, like 30s and up when this happened.
okay.
God, it might have been 40s and up. The person involved was in her 30s, but all the other players 40s. Yeah, 40s. So there's this couple, right, who are friends with this one guy. Okay. This couple, the girl in the couple has a sibling who is single mom, whatever.
Okay.
And the friend of the couple, I think, helps this person move from one state to another.
Okay.
Helped the male person in the couple, and the male person in the couple and this other male friend went to pick up this person. I think it was from out of state. I never remember specifics, but helped this person move. I don't remember if it was during the move or maybe after the move. The single guy friend started boning the sister-in-law of
Couple.
the couple. So the wife in the couple is sisters with this girl, but
Okay.
the husband in this couple is or was best friends with the single dude. Okay. And so the single dude messed around with the sister-in-law / sister of this coupledom. Nothing came out of it. It was just, I think, a hookup maybe once or twice, but nothing came out of it. But it caused, once it came out that this had happened, this had transpired, it caused a rift between the two best friends, which is the two guys. Mind you, remember, the girl that got boned is his sister-in-law.
Yeah. Was she single?
Yeah, she was single.
They were
Has a
both
bunch
single?
of kids. Yeah.
So what's the
Consenting
problem?
adults, nothing. But it goes back to the am I the asshole? Because how much do you get in? Should you or could you get involved in something similar? Do you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
where this single guy now, there was other issues that split them up friendship wise, but that was one of them, that he boned the sister-in-law slash sister. And so now this couple has an issue with this guy. Mind you, they're consenting adults. Who cares?
Yeah. What is it their business for? I mean,
It
why
isn't.
would they have an opinion?
Because they have an opinion of this
If it
guy.
didn't end badly,
No,
or they
nothing.
Weren't,
It was
if they were
nothing.
not dragged into this whole situationship,
I don't know.
they dragged
It could
themselves
have.
in.
I'm assuming maybe this particular person I'm talking about. Oh, it's raining. In Northern California, it's raining. This particular person I'm talking about has always, to my knowledge, tried to find from every group. Tried to
Find
it's
the
not
chick
who
to
you're
bone?
thinking. He's very flirtatious.
I think I know who you're talking. Yeah.
We'll talk about it after. So you know everyone involved in this, except for the sister, because I don't even know the sister.
Okay.
But you know everyone in this situation.
Wow, you've had good gossip. Then again, gossip with you is like,
Oh, if it pops up like this, that's how you'll find out. Like I don't.
yeah,
These things are in the back of my I don't think about
leave your
them.
brain. They're not important.
Like I'm the best person to tell a secret to because literally I'll listen to it and be
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I'll give you
She's
my
a
advice,
steel
and
trap.
then
It goes
it's
in
gone.
and doesn't come out. 'Cause
Nothing.
God knows where it goes. It goes into a black hole and it just gets
black
lost.
hole. So anyway, so that it just this am I the asshole reminded me of somewhat of that situation because it's
Because
kind
it
of like
complicated things between
when it didn't have to.
longtime friends. Yeah,
It
that's
didn't
the other thing. Because if you do get involved, if you end up putting your 2 cents in and something bad or something happens and it goes bad, like you wind up on one of those crime podcasts.
It kind
Where
of, you know what?
somebody got killed.
It kind of reminded me of the story you told of that friendship that we called Beetlejuice. How she had a little tryst with one of your brothers, and then it didn't work out. It was kind of like
Yeah.
a fleeting thing,
Yeah.
and then the sister that you were close to decided to
Take it personal.
insert herself into something that had nothing to do with either of you. These are consulting
No.
and consenting adults who did whatever they did. We
Yeah.
don't know because you didn't divulge, but
And
and you won't,
Yeah,
which is
and
fine.
I don't care, and it's none of my business.
It
like
isn't.
I wasn't there. It's not my
It
story to
isn't.
tell.
It
I
isn't.
I like chisme as much as the next Mexican hot blooded,
Yeah, but
woman.
with Veronica, you got to tell her every single detail of that cheese may have
But
not.
if you're
you
gonna
suck.
tell me chisme, you better follow through, not
like me.
be like Tamara and just be like, oh, I didn't ask.
I don't know.
Why
I didn't
the
ask.
fuck did you not?
Yeah, that's why Veronica would be I've always said this since the day I met her. She would be such a good reporter because she
I'm
would
very
know
thorough.
what, when,
let
where, and why.
Oh, so this is what happened. Let me go find out. I'll go look on the internet.
Yeah, I don't ever ask. To me, it's kind of like I'm very much and my mom hates me because of this. My future hubby hates me because of this because he wants to hear the tea too. Like he's just like, bring it
has
on,
to be
sister.
complete. It has to be complete. If you can't
They all
deliver a
hate
full
me.
story.
I can't.
It's
Because I don't-
What?
I'm
Then what
very
are you
much-
sharing. You're not sharing shit.
Yeah, I'm very much the type where I'll listen to whatever parts you want to tell me, and then I'm like, okay, cool. I don't follow up because in my head, I feel like you're gonna tell me whatever you want to divulge to me. You'll tell me, but I also don't think about it. And she says that I'm narcissistic
To me, when
that
you
way.
ask questions, is like when you are listening, it shows that you're listening. It shows that you care. But also,
guess
there's
I
a
don't
fine
care.
line because there are people who will keep asking questions just so they could keep twisting your story. So I get that, and that's why
I didn't think of it like that.
That's why I appreciate you and how you receive, because I know that you're receiving the main shit of it. And it drives us crazy, the people that like details, because we want to know
all
the
of you like
full-
details. And I
the full story. And I think that's most people. It's not Tamara. Tamara is not most people. I think that Tamara, for the most part, she's also a little autistic.
You know
She's
what?
like, oh.
You're laughing at me,
Okay.
but the fact that my children are, and my dad was on ADHD, remember I kept telling you, my dad's side of the family has a lot of mental disorders. They're geniuses. They're all geniuses. I have engineers, lawyers, doctors on my dad's side, both sides. But on my dad's side, all the crazy ones, they're like these geniuses. And it's kind of like, not that I'm a genius, but it's kind of like I might have a little bit.
You heard it here first. She's
Yeah, I think you diagnosed. Stop.
she can be a little.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I can. Whatever. And everything Veronica says, it's mostly true.
you're for the most part very socially adept. Nobody
I
would
try to be.
unless
It's
you know
hard.
you like the you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna understand it, and a lot
No.
of people take it like, well, she doesn't care. She's only about herself, and it's. I've
I'm
gotten
told
to
that
the
I'm
point in my life
narcissistic.
where I see her and I don't see her as selfish and or narcissistic anymore like I used to. And now I'm just like, dude, she's got to have a little autism since her kid is a little like high functioning. I think
She said she was like stage 1 or episode 1. I don't know what it's called, but
where socially you're not at that level where you're emotionally connected in a certain way to people like most people are. I think you are like that person where your oldest one has that ability to connect emotionally, and I think her
very
autism
much
comes
so.
from the fact that it's not always a good thing for her.
But is it autism or me being on the spectrum a little bit, or is it how I grew up? Remember, my mom was an emotionalist person.
She's also very not emotionally attached or whatever. But
my brothers always make fun of her,
I think
saying
in
that she's
recent years
autistic.
she's become a little more like sensitive to
Yes, but I think that's
us.
menopause. We already discussed that.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Yeah, it was on the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I truly think that your inability to connect socially on an emotional level where it begs you to ask the questions, oh, how and why, and how does it make you feel, and what do you think you would...
Yeah, I don't do that.
You don't do that because it's just not in your it's not downloaded into your persona.
No.
And I think that that's one of the things that makes you special in that way, because at least when I tell you my dirty little secrets, you're like, yeah, okay. And then like tomorrow
And then it goes
I'll
back
ask
there.
you and I'll bring it up and you're like, what the
Hey,
fuck are you talking about? We
at
were just
least you
talking
know.
about it yesterday.
Listen, at least you know that if you ever cheat on my compadre, he'll never know, because
he'll never know because you don't know. Like, even though
I'll be
I
like,
told you.
oh, I don't. She said something. You know what?
She said she was doing something.
No,
I
don't remember.
You know what? No. Maybe I'm making things up because I always forget things.
I do, and I always have to say that. I always have to preface like, okay, I don't remember it 150%, but the gist is A, B, and C, because I don't.
Yeah.
There are things that my friends that I've had for a while that remember things we did. I'm like, was I even there? Because I don't remember this. Like, I have a friend who's another Veronica who just remembers is it elephant brain? Because supposedly elephants don't forget anything. I have another friend who just remembers stuff we did in high school or stuff we did in elementary school, and I'm like, I wasn't there. And she's like, yes, you were wearing this, and I'm like, how do you remember this? Like,
Yeah.
So
I know.
I have another
I've had
asshole
that happen too. But read your next asshole.
Okay, this one's interesting because I can kind of relate to this. It sucks. Am I the asshole for blocking my whole family on my mother's side after my wedding and not talking to them even when they still try to connect with me? Hi, this is something I couldn't make peace with, so I want your advice. Am I the asshole for blocking my whole family on my mother's side after my wedding and not talking to them even when they still try to contact me? I, 28 female, got married 2 years ago and moved to a different country just 2 weeks after. Since then, I have never spoken to any of my aunts, uncles, or cousins from my mom's side. She puts mums, so I'm wondering if this is someone from like England.
Yeah, European.
Mum, because she put mums. Okay.
Because people from Australia too.
Oh, yeah, okay. For background, my mom's entire family lives in the same town as us. Growing up, we were very close. I used to live in another city for my studies, but whenever I came home, it was always dinners, meet up, staying over at each other's houses, and going on trips. They felt like my people. It was I was very close with all of them, especially my cousins. The issue started 1 year before my wedding, when I got engaged to my longtime boyfriend. In our culture, love marriages are not common. Maybe she's like Middle Eastern. In fact, I am the first one in the family to have a love marriage. Luckily, my parents were very supportive and open about it. Since my boyfriend and his family lived in the same area, my parents already knew him and they were happy with our relationship. During my engagement party, one of my uncles, my mom's sister's husband, made a horrible comment about me. First, they came really late to the party, didn't talk to any of us. Then, he said in front of other family members, if my daughter was fucking around with a boy and then came asking for marriage, I would be ashamed, not celebrating their engagement. Oh. So this is the end. So this is like a tío político. Anyway, okay. We didn't even know this happened because we were busy enjoying the party. But the next day, my mom's other sister called her to tell her everything he said. Mm-hmm. She also told my mom that she should call him and apologize because he felt disrespected that no one asked him for his permission if I can marry my boyfriend or not.
Why would he need to give permission? That is not his fucking daughter.
Since he's an elder. Okay, remember, this is a different culture. Hothead. I know. He's the type of person who can't stand to see anyone happy. At every celebration, birthday, weddings, even religious events, he somehow finds a way to make it about himself and create drama. But we still never expected this level of hatred, especially towards me. He used to call me his own daughter and love me growing up. When my mom found out, she was furious at all of these family members for not standing up for me. Even worse, the rest of the family kept saying, that's how he is, don't take it to heart.
No.
Sounds familiar. Like they always do.
I get that it's cultural, but also, no. I'm sorry.
But this time, my mom stood up for me. She called her sister his wife. Again, this isn't even her family if you think about it. This is her tío político. He's married to the...
Tío político, okay, yeah.
Sister, his wife, and said clearly how disgusting his behavior was and that if this is what he thinks about me, then he should never come to our house or talk to us again.
Yeah.
After that,
the entire... need to be in the party.
Yeah. After that, the entire family started pressuring us to apologize to him. They said...
Did he pay for anything?
Oh, I don't know. Let me finish reading. You're so upset.
Oh my God!
If he won't come to the wedding, he can't... if he won't come to the wedding, we can't either out of respect... They kept saying we should be the bigger person, but my parents were not ready to give in. We thought it was one of those regular dramas that he does every few months and maybe things would calm down eventually. But no, that issue became the reason we slowly cut off from that whole side of the family. I'm talking about 6 aunts, uncles, and 17 cousins.
That's a lot, and that sucks. For one person. For one person.
I was once really, really close to. The pressure from family continued for 2 to 3 months. Then 10 months before the wedding, my mom's brother passed away. He was an alcoholic and had been very sick for a long time. It was really sad. After his death, we all met again for the funeral and rituals. It was the first time the whole family came together after the fighting. Everyone was acting nice and normal. We thought maybe the grief had healed the differences and brought us back together. Normally, we would have canceled the wedding after a death in the family, especially since it was so close. But since I was moving abroad just 2 weeks after the wedding, and in our culture, we can't live together before marriage, it wasn't an option to postpone. To honor the loss in the family, we decided to cancel all celebrations, no music, no dancing, no functions, just a simple temple ceremony with close family.
So they were still being respectful of the other uncle.
Of the uncle that actually was their uncle, like blood.
The brother of the mom.
Of the mom. My parents and in-laws agreed. We just wanted to make it a formality. But when we informed the extended family, they lost it again. This time, they weren't upset because of the grief. They were demanding we cancel the wedding entirely, at least for 2 more years. They didn't want to understand our situation at all. It didn't matter that I was leaving the country. It didn't matter that we were still grieving. They just wanted control. I had a breakdown. I told my parents, I don't even want a wedding anymore. Let's just get married at the temple with just the people who love us. I'm done trying to please anyone else.
Yeah.
My parents didn't like it, but they understood. We also planned to come back a year later to celebrate properly when my sister got married, so they gave us some hope. Before we informed them about this, one of my aunts, who doesn't usually get involved in drama, told us the real reason behind all of this. It was not my wedding or my uncle's death or any disrespect. The truth was jealousy. 2 cousins, a brother and sister from 2 different uncles, were still unmarried at age 36 and 35. I loved my cousins, but none of them really have stable jobs as their parents or doing well in their career. Both had bad reputations in our small town due to multiple affairs and toxic
Oh.
behaviors. For years, their families had tried to find
And
arranged matches. Nothing
mm,
worked because of their past and how everyone
they're a
knew about it.
toxic family.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And they're like making this poor girl's life miserable. They should
Yeah.
be the ones that are ostracized and fucking left out
Well,
in the
I
cold.
think the problem is that they are ostracized, and the fact that, yeah.
Yeah. So now he
On
came over to make this poor girl's wedding day or engagement party a fucking novela.
Yeah. So
Come
on the
on.
yeah.
Yeah. Misery does love company. Let me tell you.
So anyway, this story is extremely long, but basically she blocked everybody, blah 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 blah. So I'm asking, am I the a-hole for refusing to forgive, refuse to unblock them, refusing to let them back into my life, even now?
Well, I'm pretty sure you already know how I feel. How do you feel
Well,
about it?
shit, you kind of made it obvious.
Fuck them.
Listen, being from a very traditional Mexican family, this is actually a conversation I've had multiple times with my mom. I'm not going to get into it because this is her tell to tell, but I'll give the gist of it. My mom has, for the most part, from my whole life, what I can remember, has provided financially for family members in Mexico whenever there was a need. People have not always treated my mom very well, even though it's kind of like don't bite the hand that feeds you kind of a thing. A situation broke out, and there's some people my mom no longer speaks to, but it took a lot for her to finally put a stop to it.
Okay.
My mom is very much the type of person that says, but they're family.
Yeah.
I and my daughters taught this to me because I was always brought up the same way. Like, you kind of just deal with family's bad attitude and bad manners and just their negativity. You deal with it. You kind of you're the
you
bigger
just say
person.
it's okay. That's just the way
because
they
it's
are.
family. That's just how they are. And my
Yeah,
daughters
and
actually put a stop to that for me because they made it very clear with some family members where they were like, we understand that these are family members, but they're toxic to us, to them. We don't like the way they speak to us. We don't like what they say. We don't like the fact that they feel they can say certain things to us in our
I know who you're
face.
talking about too.
Yeah, you do. So we've for the emotional safety of my children, I've allowed us to kind of backtrack a little bit. We're not completely
Disengaged, just
disengaged from that side
withdrawn.
of the family, but we are no longer, I will no longer allow my children. We still are around that some family members who have made them feel that way, but not as much as we were at one point. And it was because I felt as a parent, I could not allow my children to have any kind of fear or any kind of like discomfort being around someone that and that person
it gives you anxiety, no, especially
Yes.
when you know something's coming up and you're gonna interact with them.
Right.
You know that something is gonna be told to you that you're just like
you're gonna say some shitty thing and you're gonna make me
what is it of your concern? Why are you saying this to me? Like,
right. Now, granted, I don't know if the fact that we've retracted from these family members, because the last few times we've been around them, that hasn't been the case. Se han portado bien. But this has nothing to do with the whole my mom thing. I just wanted to bring up the fact that it's very much ingrained in our Mexican culture. So I understand that the person writing this is also in a subculture, and we assume that it's an Indian family because of the tradition she's speaking about, and they're all very similar to. I know that not a lot of people like Mexicans. We're the best, but it is what it is. But a lot of these other cultures are very much similar to ours.
The same traditional values where it is family. You forgive them. That's just the way they are. Even with like white people,
Caucasians. Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of Caucasians on Instagram, on TikTok, and they're like, I've had to disassociate from my parent because they're a Trump supporter, they're Republican, they're very Christian, and I'm not. And for the most part, those parents and the parents before them, they're like, no, it's your family. And it's funny because even in our culture, if us, the children, want to disassociate from the elders, it's not okay. But for them, if we turn out gay or trans or something that they don't believe in, supposedly, then it's okay for them to just dump us and leave us after we got pregnant as a teen, or if, again, if we're gay, and that doesn't make sense. Like, that's always been the case. It's always okay for the older people in the family to
Be
divorce
assholes.
us, to like disassociate from us permanently if they
Yeah.
if they see us living a culture that they don't like, that they believe is wrong because the Bible said so.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, she's not the asshole, and yeah.
No, I agree. She's not the asshole. And it took my children to open my eyes to like, no. And like I said, I've had many conversations with my mom where she's like, oh, but they're old. They're set in your ways. I don't give a shit. Like, I
No,
get that
they need
old
to
people.
learn how to adapt also.
Right.
Otherwise, why do
You're
you think
just
that you're old and nobody's coming around you? Nobody's coming around you, bitch,
because you're a
or
dick.
fucking asshole. Because yeah, I mean, there's no, like, for example, I'm gonna use my parents. My mom. Everybody liked her. She's very friendly. She's very, like, everywhere she went, she made a friend.
Your
I
mom, yeah.
mean,
Your mom was very
yeah,
nice.
she would tell the stranger her whole, like, life story, and I'd be like, dude, nobody wants to hear this whole thing. But my dad, he did not entertain people unless he felt like you were deserving of it, basically. So he wasn't social. He didn't, like, just talk to strangers out of nowhere willy-nilly like my mom did.
Yeah.
When we were kids,
That sounds like you.
all the kids in the neighborhood, yeah, that's me. But when we were kids in the neighborhood, all the kids would come over to see Guille, because Guille always made the best rice. Guille always had beans on the stove. Guille always had something to eat, in the kitchen. So they'd come over and they would, be like, oiga, tiene this or tiene that, tengo hambre. And she'd be like, yeah, I mean, we didn't have a lot, but my mom always made enough to share with the neighborhood kids if they were hungry. So when my mom left my dad, no one showed up ever again to that house, ever. And my dad was there all the time after work, and he was by himself. And he was bitter. He was angry because he no longer had company. He no longer had that person that brought the company over, that made things interesting. And
Yeah.
my mom still got visitors. I mean, cousins that were coming from his side of the family were looking when we left his house. They were coming out actively looking for us, because they were like, where did they go? Because we didn't tell anybody. We kind of left, and we didn't want our dad to know where we were, because we left in a very precarious situation where we felt like our mom's life was in danger if we told them where we went. But they went, and my dad's family were like trying to find us one way or another. This was before cell phones, before internet, so nobody really knew where we had gone. But once they found us, you can bet for sure that they would still come over, like, on, like, any given day. And if they saw my mom cooking in the kitchen, they'd be like, all right, there's something to eat, And I would ask them, well, have you seen my dad? And how is he doing? Do you guys ever get to talk to him and see how he's doing? And they're like, nah, Jose's, like, doing his own thing. They're like, él se va para allá, para atrás, talk to tío so-and-so. And we don't even hear from him. Like, he doesn't talk to us. And we're like, does he know that you guys know where we're at? And they're like, nah, he doesn't ask us, and we're not going to tell him. Like, why?
Yeah.
So that's the difference between the two of them. Like, my dad didn't have a social life. My mom did, and everyone always showed up. And even as she got older, people kept showing up. My dad, no. So if you're the kind of person that's getting older and gotten forgot about, I think that shows you who the problem is. And I always used to tell my mom, like, if I'm lucky enough, and if I am ever a parent, and I am lucky enough to be a good parent, I said, I don't have to beg my kids to come see me.
Yeah.
I can expect them to at least miss me every now and again and be like, hey, what is this old lady doing, And I would tell her too, like, you're one of those people, you're one of those moms that no matter what, we're always gonna, like, be checking or thinking about you, because you always, even though I'm like, to us kids, you can be a straight up asshole, but we were to you, so I get it. I go, people still come and like they think about you, they want to see you, they want to talk to you. I'm like, not your old man. He was just like forgotten about because he was like that. He was that toxic person in the relationship, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that people need to
Change.
remember.
Basically,
and
it's just
understand.
change.
Yeah.
If it's like the saying, like if one person is bitching about something, if that's just one person. But if a lot of people are telling you the same shit, you're the problem. And I've learned that as an adult. Like if I've usually I kind of bounce off my kids. If one of them is the one bitching about me, it's like, forget you, you're the one bitching. But if both of them are bitching about the same thing about me, it's kind of like, okay, fine. Maybe I'm the asshole.
You will take the consensus then, huh?
I do, because they're young adults, and I've learned some bad habits from parents, from my own parents, that I need to change. Like, no, my kids I don't own my kids. Like they're
gonna leave one day.
They're gonna leave,
and then it's gonna be up to them whether or not, or it's gonna be up to you really whether or not they come back.
As a mom, this is what I've always said. When it's my last day on earth and my kids don't cry because they're gonna miss me, I did something wrong. No parent is perfect, and I would rather my kids love me than respect me. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, you earn respect, yes, and I think that my kids, but like, for example, when we're messing around and they're like, bitch, please, I don't trip on that. It's just a word. They don't mean to call me, you're a fucking bitch. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just,
if they're not saying it out of anger, then it's not
I don't care. Like, they're like, oh, please. And a lot of people, like my fiance is like, he's military and he's Mexican. He's very much like, he's like, girls as pretty as them should not be speaking that way. And then I'm like, fuck out of here. Like, I get it, but I would rather them have the freedom and the confianza that they can play around with me that way, because it doesn't offend me at all. And, it offends other people, but it doesn't offend me. And since I'm the one that they're saying this to, it's on me. Yes, I want to be respected. Yes. But I just want love. I want my kids to remember, like, mom did everything she could for us. Mom adored us. Mom would shoot anybody in the face for us.
I mean, that's how you get good stories to be talked about. Shared amongst,
and that's what I want. I don't want my kids to not.
I mean, because they're gonna have trauma from us. Let's just be honest. We're gonna inflict trauma on our kids no matter what.
I've given my children ticks for sure.
Yeah,
but I learned from them.
Yeah, and as long as they're
what they need as a mom,
they're feeling loved and safe,
and they do,
and understood for the most part. I think
that I'm not good at, because I don't. Yeah. I don't, again, I've talked about it before.
Honest about it.
I am.
You tell them.
I have one who is very emotional and tuned with everything and everyone, and she's an empath, and I'm not. Like, I look at someone crying and I'm like, what do I do with you? I don't know what to do with you. What's wrong with you? I'm very uncomfortable when people cry to me. But, and then I have the other kid who was a typical second child, who is kind of like me, and she's like, why are you crying? You know what I'm saying? Like, yin and yang. She has no filter.
She was born with no fucks to give. No fucks at all. She was born in the negative fucks to give.
Negative, and my oldest has a surplus amount.
As is mine. Same thing. They're both like that in difference, because, little Lilam
is the second one. What is it with these? Was it in 2000? Was it in 2005 that they were all born like that?
I think. I think the first ones just sucked all of our emotional.
You know what
juices.
I think it is. You know what I think it is? I think this is God's sick joke. He brings you the perfect child. The first one is always the perfect one.
Yeah, I always tell people the lie that everyone believes. Santa Claus.
Yes, like, oh my God, you have.
They can all be like this.
God gives you the perfect child. Doesn't cry. Is beautiful, gorgeous, chunky. Just the perfect Gerber baby.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I could do this again.
Yeah, because they were so cute. I want to
and they were
suck
perfect.
it out. And then
you get the demon child as a second one.
Yeah, as soon as they come out of the womb and they start screaming bloody murder, and you see like the veins popping out of their forehead, like I did with,
Okay, you know what? I need
then
to
you're
stop
like,
saying. You know what, Kathy, our beautiful Kathy. I apologize in advance because she hates when I would call my chunk my devil child. She would scold me every time I would say that. So I'm good because she listens to this. I apologize, Kathy. I didn't mean it. I just remembered that I just called her a devil child.
yeah, you did. She's
Okay,
gonna
I didn't mean it. She's gonna tell me
she's gonna
something.
get on here
She's
next
gonna
time,
comment.
and
Yeah,
she's
she's
gonna
gonna
be
be on
like,
here and be like, "Look, Heffa, do not
yeah,
call her devil child."
she's not.
She's not.
But yeah, that's the story of the second child. Do you want to hear one more Reddit?
Yes,
It's a
I
short
love
one.
giving. I don't care. I love giving my opinion.
Okay, so this one says, ladies, tell me if I'm overreacting or unappreciative. Me and my little girl share a birthday, and my daughter has a very expensive list of things she wanted to do for her birthday. Well, that's not the problem. My husband made other plans and ordered a lot of food for him to invite his 3 buddies over. Now, even my family, not even my family, nor my friends, nor my daughter's friends, I told him earlier this week that I don't want to entertain his friends on me and my daughter's birthday. None the least hang out with them. I do like them or clean up after them. Am I overreacting or unappreciative?
No,
He claims it was supposed to be a surprise. I'm like, surprise for who?
for his friends.
Yeah. Well, okay, so one respondent said, well, hell no, I would have left with a kid. Your husband is an asshole. I definitely would not have put up with that. I'm sorry you had to deal with this. How old is your daughter? That just shameful on his part. We'd be having a very serious conversation. And the daughter's only 3 at the time. So what
The
do you think?
husband's a freaking
Fucking
asshole.
asshole. I
I'm trying not
guess
to
you're
curse
not
his man.
reading the room.
Yeah. The 3-year-old is 3. They're not going to remember anything.
Yeah. Like, who
So
cares? I get it.
I get not
But why would she
necessarily.
have an expensive list of things that she wants if she's only 3?
I
Like,
don't know. Like,
who's telling her what?
no? And are the kids nowadays maybe coming out as cyborgs and understanding shit? Because my 3-year-old, when they were 3, were just like,
Made me play with the box that the Barbie came in.
yeah, like they were not. They were not demanding anything. So what kind of kid do you have that at
Okay,
3
yeah.
can demand
That's-
anything? So at this point, I think it's the mom. I think it's the mom wanting to give her child everything, which
Yeah.
is fine. But say that. Don't say your 3-year-old.
Yeah, has an expensive list.
Because at this point, it's kind of like,
All
is
they
it
need
3 going
is
to 4
food,
or is it?
clothes, and a couple of good toys?
Yeah. So my thing is I think what I need to know is it 3 going to 4? Because then at that point, okay, they at 4
Then maybe.
but not an exorbitant amount of stuff. Like I don't remember my kids at 4 asking for like Apple computers or podcasting equipment. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was literally like Disney store shit or like crayons. Like it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't big. Now 2 going to 3, goo goo gaga, bitch. Goo goo gaga. Like what are they gonna need? So one lady, stop gaslighting us about your kid needing all this shit. The kid doesn't. So for that, go away. But your husband inviting his friends over for your birthday. I understand it's your child's birthday. Get her a little cupcake to
But
take a
his
picture.
friends, like, okay,
Yeah, invite my friends.
yeah, where are my friends? Where are the toddlers' friends? Where are...
Oh, I don't want no toddlers friends.
Well, if the 3-year-old is going to have a birthday party, she might as well have 3-year-olds all around her. But at the same time, yeah, where are my friends?
My friends.
Like, why are your friends here for my party? Like, yeah, they might share friend groups, but there's a sacredness to his friends versus your friends.
Yeah.
You
This one's easy. The husband's the asshole and narcissistic and self-centered, and it's about him, not you. He's just using your birthday as an excuse to buy barbecue
to
and shit.
entertain his friends.
Yeah. So no.
Yeah. He
Now
is the asshole.
I have in mind the asshole about me.
Okay.
That I just remembered. So me and my hubbies, that my almost hubby. So we're trying to figure out like when we're actually going to do this, right? We've been engaged for 2 years now. Yeah, in December it's going to be 2 years. Been together on and off for 12, but like completely together, no offs for 5 now. So we're thinking most likely December. It just works out better. Most of our anniversaries are all in December anyway. We tend to always get back together around Christmas time. So I'm like, okay, we should keep it in December. I had a big wedding, you were there. And he didn't have a big wedding, but he had, I think, like a little backyard wedding, but still like his ex-wife wore like the bridal thing and he wore like the suit and everything, right? I don't know if they had it like in a backyard or at a restaurant, but they had something. So he's very much on, I wanted to just go to Vegas and do it. Like I didn't want to I just wanted to go have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just go to Vegas. But my oldest doesn't give she's like, in her eyes, we're already married. But my youngest, she's like, no, I want to be part of it. And I think his kids want to be there too. So we're like, okay, let's do something in LA, but let's just do it elope style. Like we'll have just the immediate family go, like the parents and the kids, and then that's it. And then they go home and me and you will take off somewhere for that weekend. Am I the asshole for no, I'm not the asshole. The thing is that we're going back and forth because
You're the asshole for what? Tell me. Finish the last sentence.
so everyone that knows me knows that we've been together for such a long time. They've been waiting for us to get married. Like everybody.
I personally have never met this man. So.
Okay. No. My family has and Jennifer has. If you had gone to Jennifer's party, you would have met him.
I haven't. Yeah, but
Yeah. Okay. My thing is,
necesita presentarse.
yeah. So the thing is,
Yes, you're the asshole. Let me just tell you. I mean, finished through.
the thing is, I don't know how to say it. Okay. So at first I was like, okay, sure. Let's just do parents, siblings, and then our kids. That's it. Okay. That's it. Because even though nothing's going to happen, I didn't know at these chapels, you still have to pay per person to go. Like they're not serving anything. They're not giving us wine. They're not nothing.
Chapel, like a Vegas chapel?
There's different chapels here in LA who perform little tiny micro ceremonies.
They charge per
head
attendant?
Yes, for whoever's going to sit on a chair.
Oh.
Like if it's like 0
what if
to
I bring
15,
my own chair?
Right? It's like 0 to 15. This is the price for the wedding.
Okay, so somebody's gonna have to wear a GoPro for me if I can't come.
So this is the thing, and that's where it's like. So he's just like, let's just do that. And a lot of places, the one we're looking at does do like a YouTube live thing where you could see it if your people can't come. And so I'm like, but wait, like I would want some other people to come. Like I would want like Veronica and Alvin to come.
I was at the first wedding, so I should be at the second.
And then I'm
I've
like,
been here
I
ever
would want,
since.
right. No, 100%. So I was like, well, I would want Veronica and Alvin to come. The kids don't need to come. I go so that we could mitigate the amount of seats. Like it's going to just be these certain adults, like,
let's be honest, my kids are like, whatever.
No, and they're going to be like, whatever, Mara. So the only children would be my 2 daughters and his 2 sons. That's it. Right. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then I'm like, well, I think I would want Jennifer to be there. I go, but then I know that the other side of my family, if they learn about this, are going to throw it in my face. Like, well, why weren't we invited? And then like my mom's sister, do we invite her? And it's just like, now it's becoming a full-on wedding, which is not what we wanted. Yeah. Right. Which is not what we wanted.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do we do? Because he wants to book it already. And we could if we just do the family and kids. But it's like there's certain people that are considered in my brain, my family, that I would want to be there. But then the other family, and it's like, okay, maybe we can do it so that no one posts anything, on social media. So no one knows. We could just lie and say, ultimately, we might just go to Vegas and do it if this becomes too overwhelming. Get off your phone.
Yeah.
That could wait.
You should consider Vegas.
Right? That would be.
I don't know. I feel like weddings are like, for the most part, they're not for just the bride and the groom.
There, it's not. It's like you're
Even though
trying to
weddings are supposed to be about the bride these days, it's about entertaining everybody.
everyone
And
else, and that's what we don't want to
that's what kind of
do.
kills the vibe and the whole special approach to it, because when you do have those big weddings, and as you know, I was
Yeah.
a wedding photographer, so I got to see the ins and
Yeah.
outs of like the two families coming together, and
Yeah.
I got to see some drama, and I got to see some like immense love and support coming from the two. And I think it was, if you were lucky enough to find the combination of families that came together to love on you on that day and treat you special, especially if you were the bride, then you won the lottery of life,
Yeah.
honestly, because I saw a lot of families that did come together, but they refused to work together to make that day special and joyous for the couple, especially the bride.
Because it's always about them and not what,
Yeah, it
how.
was very, it was very hard to get that vibe when it came, like the for example, one of our clients, they got together and they split up, and then they got back together again and finally were married. But when their families came together, they were, one of them was very Christian, and the other one I think was sort of like in and out of Christianity, but they weren't like Christian like this one side of the family was. But when they came together, those two families, and they were and this was a same-sex couple. I think that was the only wedding that I felt, and even Alvin felt, the love, the outpouring of support and care, and it was just so special. And I think those two people were like the luckiest ever, like to have been able to find a family that loved each person so much that they loved the other person as well. So as soon as, I mean, even before they got married, I think they already saw the other person as their son. So they kind of just kind of meshed, and it was all about them. It wasn't about themselves at all. It was all about the two people that were getting married. It was beautiful. And then I've seen some other where they did have like a family contributed, sort of like, not a whole lot, but some people did contribute,
Like padrinos.
where, yeah. But it wasn't like big things. Like one family just contributed their backyard.
Yeah.
And another one said, another one, I think they owned a party, like a party store where they rented out chairs. They loaned the couple like all the chairs and the tables and stuff, so they didn't have to like pay for that. So it wasn't a big deal, like the things that they donated, but they were so much like disgruntledness between the two, and it wasn't even like disgruntledness like one side versus the other. Like within each family, there was drama. So the families were too busy with their own little dramas that they weren't coming together for the bride. And the bride, oh my God, like a lot of the times she felt so unsupported and so forgotten.
Yeah.
That I think halfway through the night, we were like already finishing up. Halfway through the night, she was just like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Like, I just want, it wasn't even like 9 o'clock at night yet. She's just like, I don't even want to have this party anymore. Like, I just feel like I just want to run away now. Like she was even telling her new husband, like, why are we even here? And these were very religious people also. They also had, deep set in traditions, I guess.
Yeah.
But they were too busy with their own shit that it just left the bride kind of like unsupported and unloved. And when you're a bride, as you've been, you want to feel special. You want to feel like, like what you're being taken care of.
Yeah, this has gotten me so razzled a little bit, and it's nobody. It's all in my head because his family is very just chill. They're not party people. Like in my head, I'm like, well, we can just do something in your parents' backyard because their parents' backyard is huge. But they're not party people. Like they don't like people in their home. Like they're
Yeah, they're
kind of
not
more serious.
entertainers.
No,
They
they're
like to
not.
to keep to themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
And which is perfectly fine. But I'm in my head, I'm like, that would solve so much because then we could have an officiant. I go, if anything, one of your kids could marry us. Like in California, as long as we go get the license, like anybody can marry us. I'm like, so that
marry
would
you.
be that. Right. No, but at this point, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
so that would cause me to have a little easier time where we can
I
invite
think
a
the
few
only
more
problem
people.
is your side of the family
It's
because
my
they all want to be included all
right.
the time.
It's I have a
And they
feeling
want to
it's
like bring la fulana de la vecina from across the street.
yes, yes,
Because
and
they've
that's my
known you all their life.
and that's my problem. My problem is I know I could be wrong. The thing is that he wants to lock this down. He's like, "Did you call?" I'm like, "No, I'm not calling." Like it's been so stressful talking about it that I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Like at this point, I don't even want to do it because I'm not gonna how do you say it? See, I'm losing my words. I'm not going. No voy a complacer a todos.
Yeah, you're
That's
not
why
gonna.
I just want to leave. But it's like my
The
daughter.
simplest way that people are doing it now are charge everybody for showing up because you pay for a dish. You're paying to be
No,
here.
but that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
'cause
We're not going to feed anybody. Like literally, it's just for you to go see us get married, and that's it. Me and him. He wants to take off. Like either we go to
no,
Santa
but
Barbara.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
'Cause
understand.
if they're going to charge seats to
They do.
watch, you can be like, "Can you help me pay for the fee? Because I don't want to pay for it." Like, if you want to be here that bad, then you pay
But it's
for
not
the
even.
seat
It's
to
he
witness me getting married.
right. But he even said, "Fine, we'll go up the next tier." And I'm like, "But that's not the point. The point is that." Once we get there, it's like, and we get married, people are going to be like, okay, so what do we do next? What, should we go to dinner? And it's like, I don't want to deal with that. I want everyone to just go home. Or you guys go to dinner. Like, you guys go do something. Like, I don't want the stress of having to entertain on my day.
Then just do it with your daughters and your mom and your brothers.
The problem is that then it's, and that's one thing when I go to LA, I'm going to sit down and talk to my mom. It's like if we do it this
be
way,
like,
I can't
this is
have
my
you.
wedding, and
I can't
you
have you inviting
add
everybody and their
anymore.
mama. And don't
She is
post
the most important woman
anything.
in your life. Just be there. Don't go on Facebook. Don't go
Like, don't
and
post anything. Don't tell anybody that
record
it's
it.
happening on this day. Like, I'll
Yeah.
post a picture like of us later, like in January or something. Like, which is usually what I do. If I post anything, it's like a month or two later. You know.
Yeah, with Alma, you have to just
I
already
have to reel
warn
her in. And I could be
and
wrong.
tell
She might be
her.
like, okay, or but the thing is, I know my mom, she's going to be like, no, let's have a dinner. Like, I'll pay for it. And it's just like, that's not the point. It's like, I don't want
That's
to, like,
not what you want.
no, we literally at first we just wanted it to be us. But then again, our children were like, well, when are we doing this? You know? So then it was just like, okay, just the siblings but then if it's like, okay, if the siblings and the parents come, it's
Mom,
like, I
parents,
kind of, my
mom
thing,
and dad.
honestly, my problem is you and Jen. Because if I bypass my blood family for you and Jen, I'm the bad guy. I'm
Then
the
there's going to be
asshole.
a problem.
There's going to be a problem. And I would rather have you and Jen than some family members. And I'm the bad guy. I'm the asshole. And so this is not his problem. His family's set. It's the two parents, the three siblings, the two sons, and the nephew and the niece. That's it. Like his family, that's it. That's all his family. Like no one else. Like he has friends, but it's not like this. And so it's kind of like, well, I have my mom, Gata, my two kids, my two brothers, my sister-in-law, and then there's Vero and Jen, and then there's my aunt, and then there's the other side that my bougie Jewish side that who it's like
They're
I
going to want to
can't.
be included too. Why didn't you? No, but like
But
when
yeah, but again, like if I just go to Vegas, then no, you know what I'm saying? It's I'm the problem, and then I'm good again. Am I the asshole? I'm gonna be the asshole, and my problem is you and Jen.
then don't invite us.
But why? But again, am I the asshole because I'm
Because
closer
you
to
prefer
you?
no,
But
you're not. You're not the asshole. I mean,
But do you know what I'm saying?
okay,
Why it's
like
difficult?
going back to that traditional wedding thing with
I already did that.
with a girl not ever talking to her
Yeah,
mom's
her
side of the
family.
family because of all that other
Yeah.
because she should be apologizing because he's the elder and respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back to that. You can't keep yourself beholden to these traditions.
Right.
when
It's
it's
not
your wedding
tradition.
day.
It's not tradition though. I don't think you're
But
understanding.
it's like it's
In other
bloodline.
people, right? In other people's brains, how dare I invite you
Yeah, I
and
know.
Jen
I'm getting it.
versus
Maybe I'm just not saying it right.
my blood? And it's like I would rather, like, it's my wedding. I would rather have them. You know, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's like, we'll do whatever we want. The only thing is, he's like, I don't want to spend a lot of money on having to feed people and go entertain people when we could use that money for me and you to go away that weekend and enjoy our wedding weekend. And I'm 100% like, y'all can
Yeah,
go to
I agree
McDonald's.
with him too.
Yeah, and
I
that's what I
agree
said.
with
Y'all can
that
go to
too.
McDonald's. I said they
Yeah.
can go get tacos at the taco spot. Like if and then he's like, if anything, your mom could host something at her house for them. And I'm like, no, because she's gonna make me go, you know?
Es tu boda, tienes que llegar
Right. And it's just like I
para
don't
estar con la gente.
so I
Yeah,
guess we don't know the ending to this. I still have
yeah. To be continued.
2.5 months to figure out if we're just gonna do Vegas to avoid.
Well, you're gonna have to have that conversation with Almita because
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have this conversation when I go to LA.
this is kind of important and a big deal. Like
It
when
is.
I
just hope she understands
tied
that.
the knot with this person over here.
Yeah, you did it on your own though.
We were like, we woke up one morning and we were like, fuck it, let's go do it.
I
After
remember
10 years of like living together, I think I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And the only reason why it took 10 years, and I have to explain.
It's your fault.
I did want a wedding per se. But then I thought about the money and like
It's
the
not worth
people
it.
that would be
It's not
there
worth
and the
it.
drama that I would have to sit through. And I already like to not be with a lot of people all the time because I will go crazy with like overstimulation.
Yeah. I understand that.
So yeah, it's like I already know how my family treats me, how my family views me. And I'm like, that day is not going to be special for me. It's not going to be about me. It's going to be about everybody else. So I figured, no.
Yeah.
The other reason why it took 10 years is because my dear husband came with baggage. He came with kids. And so he was still paying child support for his kids.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to marry because I didn't want the ex-spouse to say, well, they're married now, so now they have more money, so now I'm going to charge them more for child support. So, and because I already had my own kid, and because I already had my own kid, I was like, no, I'm not going to take away from my son to give this woman for her kids. Like that is a thing between him and her, and that's where I drew the line. Like
that doesn't make you a
money.
wicked stepmom either. Like
I
you
did
have
not,
to take care of your children.
I did not hold it against him that he was paying. I knew what I was coming into. I was okay with him not being able to provide X amount of money into our household because he was providing for his child with this person. But I also did not want her to go into my pockets because I had my own kid to support. And,
Exactly.
you know, my baby daddy was still supporting his other kids. So he was still supporting us at the same time. But I did not want our money to be combined.
Right. And that's the smartest thing you could have done.
So, yeah, when she turned 18, we were like, yeah, she's 18. And then Valentine's Day came and we were just going to hang out and have a nice Valentine's Day. And that Monday, I think I said, you know what? Let's just get married. And he said, are you serious? And I said, yeah, let's go find some rings and do it. And he's like, where? And I'm like, oh, I already know where. And so we went to some little chapel, did the paperwork, and mommy was our witness.
I remember.
We only had one person. And we, and after that, we took ourselves to a little restaurant, had a little brunch, and then came home and did our thing. We celebrated our own way, and then,
you
consummated our marriage even more. Not that we hadn't been anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, I look back and sometimes I wish that I had like a wedding to look back at. You know, like I see my sister-in-law's wedding videos in the 1980s and stuff, and like the things that they wore and how they did their hair and their makeup. And
why don't you just have like a photo shoot? You guys have all the equipment. Just tell me what to do and I can shoot you. No, but do you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, all it is just
for pictures for
because
memories.
that's what I do want. Like, because I've been yo-yoing my whole life. I've been fatter, very fat. like then, you know, now I'm not at my lowest. I was lower. I'm kind of fat right now, but you know, my body has changed and I like the way I look now. So I would really love to have, and he's like, why don't you just wear a regular dress? And I'm like, no, I want like a mermaid looking, I want a very simple dress wherever we do it. If we do it here or we do it in Vegas, but I want a form-fitting dress. Like I've worked hard to have, you know, the body I have. I've nipped and tucked and I wanna, because the pictures I have from my first wedding, and I have them because they're for my children, for them to keep. You know, I'm never one to destroy
you don't
pictures.
take pictures just for you. You take pictures for your kids or the
Right.
people that
Like,
you're leaving behind.
right. And I'm not one to destroy pictures anyway. Like I have pictures with frenemies and people that I no longer
Yeah.
associate with. But it's a memory. It's a point in time. So that photo album belongs to my children, but it's kind of like, I feel, and I hope I'm not wrong, that this time I made the right choice. Like, I think I've invested a very, very long time in this person because ultimately he was worth it for me, and for my children. Like, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Menopause. No. So and in a way, because I'm so happy with this person and I'm just like, he's not perfect though. Don't get me wrong. I want to shoot him every other day, but his imperfections are
Nobody's perfect.
nothing compared to what I've gone through with other people.
Yeah.
So his
Yeah.
minuscule imperfections, I will take gladly a
You
million
can
times
work with
over.
his insanity, and he can
Oh,
work with yours.
well, I'm the one that's
Well,
insane.
obviously, we are all insane. But no, yeah, I get that, and because this is going to be your last relationship,
Yes, like this is
your
my
forever.
And-
It should reflect the simplicity of like and the beauty of the relationship and the way that it's been.
Yeah.
And I think adding other people into like something like this, so special, is like
What would you do? What would you do? Forget what I just said. Let's say you had my life. You had a really bad marriage. You've dated to try and find that perfect father figure for your children because unfortunately they didn't have a father figure.
hey, what
And then-
about my man?
Well, no, I mean, no. They have great uncles and they have Nino that loves them and will bury a body with them. In that sense, they're covered. But I'm saying someone that they will see their mother with. It's very different. Like these people that they have, which is their uncle, my two brothers, and their Nino. These people are someone they'll have always for the rest of their lives. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna be their cushion to fall on. They will always.
He's someone that
He's
going to be there
choosing
with you,
this.
taking care of you,
Me.
and taking care of them.
Right. He's not necessarily them, but I think they have seen what someone who is constantly there is. Do you know, for me, what I've dealt with some relationships versus what a healthy relationship looks like versus a not so healthy one. Granted, he's been in the military the whole time, so we haven't always necessarily been cohabitating like this, but for the past 5 years we have, and they've seen it and they think we're gross and they have the typical stepdad mom reaction to us and they really like him. They like him. They like that he, you know,
Yeah.
especially my oldest likes that she loves to fight with him because he is so military and she's such a liberal, man-hating, just woman's girl, and just it's all about women and we are empowered and men are idiots and then this guy goes and tells her, go to the kitchen and bring me a sandwich, and she just goes apeshit crazy and he just laughs and laughs because they have that relationship with each other. They both like to bicker and they're very much alike. It's crazy how much they are alike.
Well, if I were you, I would honestly have that heart to heart with Alma, and 'cause, I mean, we're in our 40s. We are perimenopausal 40-year-old bitches.
Yeah.
And so we have to like remind these menopausal bitches
And it's not always going to
Shit's
be their
crazy,
way.
and it's not always going to be their way, and by extension, because she's already gone through it and has experienced it, she should be able to give you your way as well at this point, because
And not
you're
take
the
it
one.
to heart. Like I think that's where my thing is, and I'm going to
And that's going to be
express
hard
that.
for her to separate. It's going
Like,
to be
you
very
need-
hard for
she
her to
needs
separate
to,
that, but
because
she
it-
can't.
It can't
Because
be.
she can't impose it, because it's not her marriage.
It's not
It's
her
like,
marriage. I have to also respect what he wants, and he's been from the beginning, since he put the ring. And he put the ring on this finger. He was very much like, he knows that that I have a lot of friends, and I don't have a lot of family. Like, it's a lot more than him. And he realizes what I am and what I come with. But he said, we've both already had marriages and weddings. I would really like it for it to just be either us, and then again, when the children started like kind of saying like, hey, he then
Yeah.
was like, okay, let's do it so that it's
so then just you and the kids.
and well, yeah,
You can leave your mom out of it.
I can't.
Our
I
mom.
can't.
You can just
The
say,
problem
Alma,
is that if we have these people,
si tú te
si no te
estás
portas
casando-
bien, no te voy a invitar. No, I can't do that to
Yeah.
my mom. And the thing is that I would love my brothers to be there. I adore my brothers. My brothers are an extension of my children. Like, I love my
They're
brothers.
an extension of you.
An
That's
extension of
not your
me.
children.
And like, I mean,
But I
I-
get that. But
So-
also,
my problem is you.
yeah. Well, then don't invite me. I already told you. Jesus Christ.
No, but
I know you want me there, but
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
I totally get it, especially with Alma and her
The thing is that
her
she's gonna be
familial
like,
ties.
and I don't want to invite everybody. Like, I love everyone in my surrounding. I love my other comadres and compadres, but I just can't. I have to respect what he wants as well. Like, he's not wanting 100 people to watch us get married.
Yeah.
He
Well,
literally,
yeah. I guess that's the point where you draw it, and you just like you.
he just wants the
know,
family.
He solamente quiere familia. You know what I mean? And that's it. And if there's room for us,
I
me
think-
and Jen, to be there, but if not,
There
you know,
is
I think-
though. There is.
But you would have to leave out las otras tías that your
Yeah.
mom wants to have there, and then that's
That
when
she
would have a
will.
problem.
That I could be wrong. She might. I'm stressing out before there's anything to stress out about.
You haven't even had that conversation.
I haven't.
and you're stressing out.
Right.
Well, there
But
you go.
yeah. So
I
anyway.
guess we'll continue
To be continued after I.
we'll continue this specific conversation later.
Yeah.
In another podcast.